And we're rolling.
Oh wait, I need to change mics.
Okay.
Alright. Wait, did I change mics?
I guess you did. You sound different. Hey, maybe you should
Okay, yeah, I did change
talk
mics.
a little bit on each mic, and then we can pretend you have like an evil twin.
Yeah, we'll pretend like there are more people here.
Yeah. So, heads up for the audience. Finding guests, not that easy of a job. And turns out that the people we had scheduled have not been able to show up. So, you're going to get a heavy dose of SpartanSloth and TJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe someone
it's
might
what
show
you've been
up
asking
later on.
for.
It's like all their fanfics came true, TJ.
So, we should just like throw out all the formalities. This is going to be the first episode of the 111th episode of the award-winning Shifty Key Podcast. That's right.
Yeah, the formality is so out of the window. I am recording naked right now.
Oh, I didn't need to know that.
You're welcome. You're welcome, audience. Wink. So, I'll do the countdown then. Right, yeah, I don't want to get sued. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Shifty Key Podcast. I'm Luis, aka SpartanSloth, and today we have...
No one! Aka TJ1023.
And I'm Tyler.
And I'm Quirky, aka Pageman.
Oh, man.
So, yeah. As you guys can tell, we have a very long list of guests and speakers on today's podcast.
Which is why we just introduced the two of us.
Yep. And we will be covering a large variety of topics that we do not know what they are yet.
Well, I can keep rambling about what I was telling you a little earlier. I don't know if anyone else found that problem while playing Fallout 4, and this is not a spoiler. I'll avoid the spoilers, but one of my companions vanished. Nick Valentine, fucking gone. Like, I searched everywhere for him, and he is nowhere. So, yeah.
Fucking Sims.
Yeah, fucking Sims and their same activities? I don't know.
Activities.
If only
like kidnapping people and replacing them?
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Kind of activity.
Or like being an awesome companion that I miss very much. If only the game bugged and got rid of fucking Preston.
Actually, my game is bugged with Preston. I can't take him out as a companion.
Really?
Yep, all he can do is sit back at Sanctuary and tell me that people need my help.
Ah, fuck. Yeah, I'm having a problem that I sent some people to a farm. God, that sounds way worse when you put it that way. I sent some people to the Abernathy farm, and I can't recruit them anymore. They are just like, they repeat the affinity dialogues, you know? Like, hey, are we really friends? Then I'm like, yeah, we are friends.
They don't believe you.
Yeah, then I'm like, hey, I want to take you to kill some super mutants. So I'm going to approach you and then, hey, are we really friends? Motherfucker, I just said we are. Oh, cool. But hey, are we really friends? Fuck you! And then I proceed to save the game, shoot them, and then I reload the game.
Hey, Luis, are we really friends?
We are, TJ.
Hey, are we really friends?
We are.
Are we really friends?
No, I fucking hate you. Shut up.
Fine, I'll just stay here at the Abernathy farm. Fuck you.
Man, putting people in power armor to do farm things is just really funny.
That seems a little unnecessary. That's a waste of fusion cores.
Hey, listen. All that irradiated corn, it takes a lot of a person to do that. You need the ultimate gear.
Oh my.
And I also noticed that sounds dirty when you said the oh my. Why, TJ? Why must
So
you do this?
here's something we could possibly talk about. I'm not sure. I haven't read it. For those of you who don't know, most of the time whenever I bring up a topic, it's usually something on Reddit because I'm that original.
But this is from The Verge.
Well, anyway, so just what it looks like from here, it's a new type of VR device, I guess. Instead of like showing like screens in a closed pair of goggles in front of your eyes, it literally projects like images onto your retinas.
Oh.
Now, just I don't know if that's necessarily the best idea. Doesn't seem like that can be terribly good for your eyes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it sounds like something that could potentially hurt your vision.
Like, I feel like, the first time you use it, the first, like, 300 times you use it, hell, the first, like, 10 years, nobody's going to notice anything. But, like, 40 years down the line, like, there's going to be an increase in the number of botched laser eye surgeries, and things are going to be bad. That's just my takeaway of this article without actually putting the time in to read it. But to be fair, if I put the time in to read it, it would just be Luis talking right now.
Oh. And there's like a bunch of pictures of it too, and yeah, man, that thing would give me the creeps. Like, I can't stand anything getting too close for my eyes, especially things that are somewhat pointy. And this is like, it's not just like glasses; it's like a camera lens that protrudes. Is that a word? Yeah, out of the thingy and gets close to your eyes. That will freak me out so goddamn much.
Looks so weird. It's like Jodie LaForge goggles or something.
It does look like that. Although I thought of Cyclops at first, but yeah.
Actually, they look like headphones that you just rotate onto your eyes. They don't look terribly comfortable. I don't know. Never tried it. Actually, you know what? To be honest, I'd try that.
Wait,
I would be
you
interested.
would or you did?
No, I would try that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not sure because of the whole I can't stand things near my eyes, but yeah, I'll probably give it a shot, and if it didn't bother me that much, keep it on for a few minutes. But still, the whole thing that it might hurt your vision, that is just.
I mean, I won't say that I would do it for an extended period of time, but I would definitely try it.
TJ, don't be a bitch. Use it for the rest of your life.
Just have it projecting the outside world directly onto my eyes, almost as if I were actually just using my eyes.
Well, I was gonna say you could watch porn all the time, like breakfast with your family. And then, son, what are you watching? Nothing. A cooking show. Wink. They're putting the bun in the oven. If you know what I mean.
Oh my.
I meant stuff.
Alright, podcast over. GG.
Hey. It's only over after we do some questions.
I know.
By the way, when did we start recording this?
5 minutes ago.
Nah, yeah, it's just that I didn't mark the time, so I was feeling a little lost. Okay, 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. It's just you have so many diverse topics to talk about.
We do actually. Did you see that GTA released another Lowriders update?
I did, but I mean, I also didn't care because GTA 5 is only fun in a group. And I won't even say like one or two people because even that gets kind of boring fast. Like I think Grand Theft Auto 5 is really only fun if you've got like 4 or 5 people to play with. Then it's an absolute blast. But less than that, and it's kind of just wandering around, trying not to get murdered.
Yeah, I've been feeling a little bit like that, especially with the new updates that are a bunch of social stuff and all that, but I can't find a game for the life of me. At least not when I want to. Then sometimes I go to a race, for example, and I just want to test the new cars from the updates and such. And then I found a lobby with like 30 people in it. I'm like, fuck. Now I'm gonna have to be competitive. And I just get the feeling that GTA, now with the updates, everything's so goddamn expensive. Like, you wanna make your car become a lowrider, it's almost $1 million GTA bucks, you know? I mean, sure, you can buy money,
Yeah, that's
but
the thing. They make it so that, like, if you have a group of people to play with on a regular basis, you'll have that much money because you'll be doing heists all the time. You know, you'll have plenty of money. But if you're by yourself, try doing a heist with like 4 random jackasses. Chances are you're gonna fail the main heist almost every time.
yeah. And it's like, I understand why they make it so expensive, because if you play with other people, then yeah, you can have a lot of money. But even then, it's like to try to make people get more, what's the name? Shark cards or something?
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess it's still better than pay DLC, to be honest. Like, sure, it's not the most fun way of doing it, because then you gotta grind jobs to get that much money to buy a car. But at least they're not charging like, oh, $20 for 5 cars.
Well, that's the
Fuck
thing.
you.
Jobs are practically pointless. You don't get enough money to do anything with them.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the problem with that game, is all of the game modes give you money, but there's no reason to do them because they don't give you enough money if you're playing by yourself. If you're playing with other people, then you can do heists and play all of their game modes with your group, and you're going to have fun. But if it's really not designed well for people playing by themselves. But I think that's kind of just an example of how, like, there's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna go into some weird rant kind of thing, which is probably only gonna be like a 3-minute rant. But as much as I love the Xbox party system, I kind of think that it's killed social gaming. Because way back in the day when I played Halo 2, granted, I probably would have been considered a squeaker, but it was really cool, like, meeting new people online and, deciding, I don't want to talk to this person, or I want to talk to this person, just like having fun talking in game chat. Nowadays, everybody goes into party chat. They talk with their already established friends, and it's a little bit more difficult to just, happen upon new people that you're like, oh, this guy's actually kind of cool. I'm going to send you a friend request. Nope, it's just, oh, hey, this guy is on my team. Cool. Oh, he's doing good. Cool.
I get it. Like, you don't meet new people out of strangers. You just play with your established friends.
Yeah, like, it could just be me being, antisocial. Like, I've developed into a person where it's harder for me to, just walk up to random people and just introduce myself, and that has kind of carried over to my gaming. I'm way more comfortable in my own, group with my own group of friends. I can't just, join someone else's party and start calling them a bunch of dickbags. But I think that's the thing. Like, I'm overly polite to people I don't know, and that isn't necessarily the best way to, become acquainted with them. And then once I get to know someone, I just shit all over them. But the reason they're okay with that is because we're friends with each other, and they know it's a term of endearment. Right, Luis, you fuckbag?
Sure, TJ, you dicked it.
Yay, friends.
Yeah, life hack, people. When you meet someone for the first time, especially like a possible boss for a job you're applying to, call them shitbags.
Oh yeah, that'll get you hired.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work, you should definitely consider sleeping with their wife or husband. Either way works. We don't care about your sexual preferences.
Or like you
or
drop your pants and take a shit on the chair you're sitting on. Job guaranteed.
And you know what? Don't wear the only kind of suit that's acceptable to wear at a job interview is your birthday suit.
Wink. And a tie.
So,
Come on, be formal.
so in all seriousness, while I do enjoy party chat, I would occasionally like to be forced to talk with people, to communicate. Even though I know that there are groups of people out there who are toxic as hell and are just complete dickbags, like most of the Call of Duty scene. But I feel like there are some games where it'd be nice to talk with random people and just be like, "Yo, what's up?"
I I know what you're saying because I'm on the other side of the thing. Because I don't really feel comfortable playing with strangers. I would much rather play with friends, and even then, depending on how the whole thing is arranged, I may not be that into it. Like there was the one day we were boosting achievements for Tomb Raider. I had a fucking blast that day, and but it's like it's something that we talked beforehand. Like, oh, let's play this. Yeah, sure, let's play this. There was this one time I can't even remember what game I was playing, but it was like a single player game, and I haven't finished it yet. I'm still going through the story and all that. Then all of a sudden, a friend of mine sends me a message like, "Hey, let's play this. Let's say it's GTA. Let's play GTA." And I'm like, "Sorry, I'm typing the reply like, oh, sorry, I'm in the middle of this game and all that." And then while I'm replying, it just like my Xbox starts going crazy and going like boop 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 boop. I check it. Motherfucker sent me 7 game invites all at once. Like, you fucker. I know you want to play this. I get it the first time it pops up. You don't have to send me 7 invites all at once. Fuck you. Great person, salt of the earth. But still, motherfucker. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna play this right now. But if it's something that's arranged beforehand, like, oh, let's play this, I'm all in. The thing about GTA is that I never found good people to play with on public sessions. It's always there's like either the little kids because at least they sound like little kids, like going, oh, get wrecked, noob, get wrecked. And then they're usually driving some really flashy car, and blowing your shit up all the time. Then there's a stalker. You come across a person, they kill you. You're like, all right, let me move on with my life. And then motherfucker keeps haunting you. Yeah, I just encountered those two pieces of shit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That is a large majority of people, I guess. But I feel like that's also kind of a result of the whole antisocialness is people just become automatically hostile towards people they don't. But it's also kind of a symptom of what happens when a game gets too old. The people that don't necessarily like keep up with the ranking and get fall behind in levels and items and stuff, they just get completely shit on by the people who've been playing nonstop since launch, and then they don't want to play as much. So you end up with the game filled with people that just haven't stopped playing since the game came out, and they just roam around murdering all the noobs.
Yeah,
What I mean?
Yeah,
Like that's definitely what happened in Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, there's people like. Granted, it may be with hacks. I don't know. But the other day, I came across a dude with. It was nearly shit. I can't remember. It was like a lot of levels in the house of more than a few hundreds. I'm like, dude, what do you do with your life? Like, how? And then, needless to say, the person was a dickbag.
Uh huh. Yeah, I know what you mean. Grand Theft Auto is one of those bad cases of games turning into that, but it happens with every single game. Like people who just become quote unquote veterans, they just don't really take shit from anybody, and then that causes other little shitbags who are slightly worse than them to become just automatically aggressive towards everyone, and then it just creates this whole cycle of dickbagness and everybody being dicks to each other and dicks everywhere. Omnidirectional dick sucking. And then it just leaves like the honest players and the new players just kind of wandering around, like, not trusting anybody, and it leads to environments where it's either, like be the dickbag or get shit on. Like there's no middle ground. You can't be like, and you can't be an anti-griefer.
Yeah, because if you become an anti-griefer, you are going to become a griefer anyway. Because, like, motherfucker keeps blowing up your car, you're gonna go after the motherfucker, but then he won't let up. And so it becomes a vicious cycle. You kill that person kills you.
Exactly. But it happens in every game. One of the big things I've heard of is DayZ. You've heard of it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, apparently when that game, mod first came out, everybody was still learning it, and people were really supportive and helpful of each other, and like they were trying to be decent human beings. And then as time went on, like it slowly evolved into a shoot on sight kill fest, perpetual team deathmatch.
Yeah, it's sort of what it became. Like, I remember a friend of mine who used to play it a lot saying that, oh, he got into a crew and then they would raid somewhere, and like if anyone got near, they would, and he described it like that, they would be nice and say, hey, you're in our territory, fuck off or we'll shoot. If the person moved another inch, they would just start blasting. It's like, dude, why?
Yep.
It sort of makes me wonder, like, in situations, because you mentioned DayZ, I remember of The Walking Dead, and it seems like all these games with survival themes, people just murder each other all the time. Like, why is this a thing? But then I understand, like, we've been talking about this pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, we can't really like express this point anymore. Is that people are they're just in it for themselves always, and can't really change that. It's just you can sit back and remember the good old times when you had 4 people on the podcast and they all talked and had their own opinions.
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Please don't sue us. Why can't we be friends? I'm still talking about the game stuff, not the podcast. Nothing happened, okay? There's been no fallout or anything. It's just that it was a really weird week.
Yep.
This will either go really well or really bad.
This podcast?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're 20 minutes in now, and we've talked about so many interesting things, like 2 interesting things.
I'm gonna rub my nipples near the microphone and you can all listen to it.
Come on, nobody wants to hear that.
Oh. Let us know in the comments if you'd like to hear that.
Yeah, let us know if you want to hear Luis's nipples.
That was me rubbing my microphone. Rubbing the microphone with my fingers, not my nipples.
So, interesting happened to you this week, Luis?
Yeah, my clinic is pretty much done in terms of, oh shit, something fell here. In terms of the furniture and all that, it's ready. And next week I'll start properly working and working in exchange of money and not grades like I was doing before. It's gonna be great.
Wait, you're opening your own clinic?
Yep.
Wow, nice.
Thanks. I thought I had mentioned that.
No, I don't think you ever had. Well, I mean, maybe I wasn't on the podcast when you did, but I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'm gonna see how it works and once.
Are you like opening it in like your home, or did you like rent out a space?
Oh yeah, I rent out a space. Like I couldn't afford buying a thing. It's actually like it's a house, and there's a bunch of rooms, and then I got one of those rooms and I set up a clinic there.
Oh, nice. And
I
it's
don't know. Do
it's
you guys
a
call that a clinic or a practice or office?
well, it's psychology, right?
Yep.
Um, I don't think it would technically be a clinic. Like I've never heard of a psychology clinic. Like I would just call it like most of the time it would just be like an office. Like
Oh.
you're like a therapist office.
Yeah, because for you guys, a clinic is like a bigger thing, right?
Yeah, usually a clinic is like it's a walk-in place where you can get medical attention.
Okay, yeah. No, yeah, so it's more like an office. It's a room just for me. I'll be the only one working in that room. Granted, the other rooms have other professionals. There's like two other psychologists, a psychiatrist in one of them, and
So are you working for yourself?
yeah. I mean, I pay the rent and stuff, but let's say I'm independent.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you already have clients set up?
Yeah. I give a few calls and set up some appointments. We'll see how that turns out.
Man, good for you.
Thank you. And then after like the dust has settled down, because let me tell you, buddy, it is a lot of fucking work to set it all up. Once it's the dust settles down, I'm gonna start thinking about the next step. If in a few years' time, I'll move on with the Sloth Abroad project, and actually move countries, or if I'm gonna start doing some sort of master's degree or whatever. But academic career is kind of I don't know. I'm still unsure about it.
I'm impressed you can get a whole practice going with less than a master's.
Well, it's because it works differently here. According to what I've researched when I was looking into the whole study abroad programs, it seems like for the USA and some parts of Europe, you guys get internships as part of some sort of master's program. Like graduation in psychology here lasts 5 years. So some places out there it lasts 3 years of basic course, and then you gotta sign up for a special thing that sort of counts as a master's degree, or will be our equivalent of a master's degree, where you actually start doing like internships and such, and then you can have your own office. Here it's all just in the 5 years. It's the whole thing. I had internships for 2 years, not to mention some other things I did before that. So once I finished graduating, which I did last year, like once you finish graduating, you can just set up your own office if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was just curious because usually in the U.S., I think you usually need like a lot of like years of college and stuff to get a practice. Like I feel like it's usually a doctorate, but I honestly don't know. I've never considered going into psychology.
Yeah, in some places like they demand a master's or a doctorate, but since the education systems and subjects and such are different, then here it works in another way.
Speaking of which, so for psychology, did you have to like study the brain a lot?
Uh, I'll say yes and no. Because here's the deal: I had neuroanatomy classes and like neurophysiology and all that, but it was like I want to say, yeah, it was the equivalent of a year. Because one semester was one thing, the other semester was the other thing. So yeah, it was like around a year of brain studies, and some things here and there spread around. Why?
I was just curious because I was thinking, like, I'm going into software engineering, and one of the things that I think would be really cool to develop would be like real virtual reality, not this VR stuff people are trying to make today. Like actually controlling like a video game character with your brain, and basically one of the way, like the best way I think we could do it would be to, first of all, find a way to interpret brain signals and turn them into computer code, which would be where I would come along. But to do that, I would need to understand the brain. So, like, how do you know how like brain signals work? Like neurons? Is that like that's like an electrical signal, isn't it?
Uh, if I say words are gonna be not good.
Oh, because you studied them all in
No,
Portuguese.
yeah, we didn't go that deep into brain studies. I mean, I did study like
Like,
synapses and all that.
Did you do did you not do much of the like biological related stuff?
Oh, no, we did, but the thing is, like brain waves and such, we didn't go into detail with those. Like I studied the way the brain communicates with the nerves and the neurons, and how synapses work. Synapses? How do you guys call it?
Yeah, synapses.
Yeah, how the synapses work. Um, but it's not like as detailed as a neurology class would be in a medicine course, you know. So I'm sorry, I don't think it can be of much help here.
Right to me.
Hey, fuck you. I never said I knew everything about it.
No, I was just curious. I mean, because I was having this discussion with my brother a couple days ago, I think, and we were just talking about like what it would take and what you would need to know to pull it off. And examples I gave are like there are actually scientists who have been able to like basically capture brainwaves, I guess, like signals that you send out using this weird cap. Like they take in those signals and they can use it to like drive a wheelchair. Like you point the wheelchair in one direction and it goes. And basically,
Baby,
my
you
idea
light
is
up my
like,
world like nobody else. Yes, go on. I'm paying attention, I swear to God.
well, like basically, you would want to take that idea and go further and basically have something intercept like all the signals that your brain sends to the different parts of your body and pass those on to like a virtual avatar. And ideally, you would want some way to stop your body from doing those things in reality. Because if you're lifting your arm in reality, then chances are when you go to punch someone in the game, you're going to punch someone in real life and it's going to be bad and you're going to get sued. So, like, ideally, you would want a way to, like, stop their body from moving. I don't know.
Yeah, besides, when you have to walk, like, would you have to
But-
walk, literally walk to make your character move and all that? It is a very interesting idea, TJ. I'll say that.
Basically, it would be the technology would be somewhere between the movie Surrogates and the show Sword Art Online. Because it is possible, because it is all just electrical impulses. You just need to find a way to convert them and interpret them correctly. Then, of course, one thing I would be interested in knowing is, would there be a way to stop signals from being sent down your spinal cord without actually breaking your spinal cord, and then allow the signals to be sent again?
Yeah, and how that would be accomplished without compromising the body structure.
Exactly. Because one thing I was curious about was, I don't know, these are just like weird questions, specific questions I have that would just answer other questions, is when people are paralyzed from the neck down, their organs and stuff still work without being regulated by the brain, unless they are regulated by the brain, in which case I'm curious how that works. Because if you're paralyzed from the neck down, you have no motor functions whatsoever. Your limbs aren't receiving the signals that your brain is sending out. But your other organs are receiving those signals. And honestly, the thing that brought up this whole discussion was it was actually a post I saw on Reddit. They developed a new treatment, I guess. I'm not entirely sure what it was. I don't know where the article is, but I'll try and find it for a link dump. Basically, it's a process to replace lost nerve cells, specifically in the brain, which obviously would be a huge advancement in medical science. It could help treat Alzheimer's and things like that. And that led me to the question, what about memories? Like you can stop the progression of Alzheimer's. You can stop the brain from losing more memories because you're rebuilding those brain cells that were being destroyed. But you can't really get those memories back because memories are just electrical impulses. They're pathways. I don't know, man. Shut me up, please. I'm just I
I'm
keep
just gonna say
asking
that
open-ended questions that there are probably answers to, but I don't have time to look them up.
you asked about neurons. Neurons are the cells, like the nerve cells, and they communicate with each other through the synapses, which involves like
It's
neurotransmitters.
yeah, and the electrical impulses are your memories. It's how often the impulses go through that certain pathway.
See, now that's the part that I get a little unsure. Like, if memories are just electrical impulses, because I do think they get stored somewhere, like physically speaking. But anyway, you were asking about like the stuff I studied. The thing about the course I took here in Brazil, and the university I went to, is that we learn a lot about a lot of things. Like psychology is a really broad um, subject. So even if I were to spend the rest of my life and a little more studying psychology, I would probably not reach the bottom of it. Like there is so much stuff going on, and a bunch of different theories that approach things on different ways or different interpretations or how to work with things. I personally favor psychoanalysis. It's the one that I like the most because it's just interesting to me the way they look at things. And but yeah, I study like the behavioral sciences. I studied some stuff more related to the neurology side of it. I even studied some stuff about like animal behavior. You know, there was also social psychology, which is really fun to study as well. It's a bunch of things.
Yeah, I can see that. Just these are the kind of conversations not really conversations, just thought experiments I have in my own head.
I hope I didn't embarrass myself if I said something that's like it's nowhere near what it really is. But hey, brain stuff, right? Worst case scenario, I may be wrong today, but maybe they'll find out that I was actually right. I don't know. Or maybe I was just right. See?
Perhaps.
I'm unsure.
Not sure.
Speaking of which, if you could become just like a living brain, would you do it?
No, that would be terrifying.
There's actually an issue of a Fantastic Four comic, like really fucking old, that is, what if they had different powers? And like, Mr. Fantastic has his head literally explode because of the cosmic radiation. Like he complains of a headache and his head explodes with a large boom, and then he's just a brain, like a living, talking brain. Science.
Yeah, wait, talking. You need a mouth to talk.
Yeah, it's like talking, but he sends brain waves to other people, and people can understand him. So it's like quote unquote talk.
Yeah, seriously, that would be terrifying. Just not having like any idea what's going on.
Hey, that's
Because,
racist or
like,
racist.
why do you do this
Braincist?
to me, Luis? This is another one of those whole thought experiment things because, I feel like the only people who could kind of understand what's going on would be people that have gone blind and deaf, because then they can understand what it's like to lose a sense. But I can't fathom what it's like to not see or to not hear or to not breathe or, any of that stuff. Like you don't know what existence is without a body. God damn it, Luis. Stop it. Bad Luis.
My plan is coming together. Speaking of blindness and deafness and all that, did you see that season 2 of Daredevil is up on Netflix already?
No, I haven't seen. I never watched the first season of Daredevil.
You should.
Also,
Hey, Stuart.
yeah, welcome to the podcast.
Podcast.
Guess who's back? Back again.
again. Yay! I have arrived.
We're discussing brainwaves, and TJ almost had his head explode, and he would
Luis
be
is-
just a living brain.
Luis is trying to drive me crazy.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. How far did you get into the brainwaves discussion?
Both deep and shallow. I have no idea.
Okay.
We discovered that the brain is a thing. Quote me on that. SpartanSloth 2016.
Brain is a vein.
No, brain is a thing.
Oh, I thought you said brain is a vein. I was like, what?
I mean, it has veins.
That's just how bad my hearing's been today. Oh, I apologize.
It's alright. How's it going, Stuart?
Yeah. I mean, I'm exhausted from the amount of work I now do. But yeah, apart from that, all is well, you know? It's just work, unfortunately. No time to do anything else recently, so...
More like work, and twerk.
Oh, yes.
I feel like somehow I'm compelled to make a twerk joke every time someone says the word work. I don't know why. It just... If you guys could see what goes on in my head, oh, work, then it's 5 different ideas in a single second about twerk. Yeah. I think it's some sort of superpower. Does anyone have the Avengers number?
No, I don't, unfortunately.
God damn it, Stuart.
My bad.
So, Stuart, where do you stand on the topic of goat milk being used as lube?
What? Goat milk being used as lube.
Well, that's one way to introduce the topic.
Yeah. I guess some people like food in the bedroom. I guess that's just like the next evolutionary stage, isn't it? I guess if someone's okay with it, then sure. You know, I mean, different strokes for different folks. You know, but yes, I don't know. I've never thought about that before.
TJ?
Yeah, I'm not touching this one.
Hey, at least it's goat milk is smoother than sandpaper.
Yes. Oh God, that's
Hey,
disturbing
like you
image.
said, different strokes for different folks. By the way, I never heard that before. Fucking loved it.
It's a great saying. One of my friends, one of my coworkers, uses it all the time. Use it to describe pretty much anything. It's like someone comes into the shop and they're like, "Hey, have you got this waterproof jacket?" And it's like, "No, but we have this one." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, I was looking for that one." And he goes, "Different strokes for different folks." You know, he uses it for everything. If there's just a slight hint of being able to use it, he's just like, "Yeah, sure, we'll go with it."
Hey man, can you get me a glass of water? Hey, different strokes for different folk.
Yeah, I mean, you like water, I like cola. You know, different strokes for different folks. Hopefully that doesn't become like a really like a saying now.
Well, you can make it a saying. Just keep on repeating all the time.
Yeah. What I'd like now is if that became like a shirt. I'd buy that.
That reminds me, this thing of you keep doing something until it somehow becomes a thing, or some people try to make it as a means to make something come back. The other day, I read an article that was this guy saying that, oh, I wear hats. Thank you, phone. I wear fedora hats because I want them to become a thing again, and not like the stereotype that now is the mulady thing. But it got me thinking, does that really even work? You start doing something just to make it a thing? I feel like that came before, it just happens.
I think a lot of things. My brain's dead now. I don't even know what point I was trying to make. But yes, fuck, my brain's gone. Fuck! Oh my god, I can't word today. This is terrible. Hey, would you like to come on the podcast? Yes. Can you speak? No.
Hand signs. Come on, type it in the chat.
How does word good? No, you can't force anything nowadays. I think everything just has to develop over, even if it's overnight, sayings and anything like that. It's just like it just goes with it. Like people are just like, oh, you say it and you say it and you say it. Nobody, it just goes. It just develops. What the hell is this? That's the email I was waiting for. Sorry, right. I need to reply to this. Like, you do you.
Alright. Whoa, Stuart,
You do.
come on. This is
You
just
do.
the Shifty Key After Dark. Or day, if people want to do it throughout the day, sure, whatever.
you do what you need to do. Right. No, that's fine. I can reply to that later. I was only kidding. Right. So here's the thing. Have you been playing any new games recently?
Define new, like recent
have
releases
you
are new
bought-
to me.
Good question. New to you.
Yes, I have.
Oh, brilliant stuff. What games have you been playing then?
I finished The Witcher 2 a few days
Nice.
ago, and then I started at Hand of Fate. They were giving away for Games with Gold a while
fuck
back.
that game. Wait,
Oh
is that the Lords of Fate
no,
thing?
Hand of Fate.
Never mind. Is that the card game?
Yeah,
Never mind. I've never played that game.
yeah. So I got the game because hey, free games, am I right? So I just installed it and it sat there, and I was like, yeah, I want to play something new. And since I can't afford buying new games right now because I'm spending so much on my psychology office, I was like, well, okay, let's give this one a shot. At first, I thought it'd be something like Hearthstone or something, and I really don't like those kind of games. Card games like that. But then I realized, I watched a few videos and stuff, and then I sort of got the feeling to the game. It's actually a lot of fun, but a lot of frustration goes on that thing. It's like, hey, you got yourself screwed up. I'm gonna draw a punishment card. Oh, look, you just lost half your health. Go fuck yourself, by the way. I'm like, well, okay, I'll go fuck myself now. Excuse me. Where's my goat milk?
Have you played that that other game that just came out free on Xbox One?
Lords of the Fallen?
Yes.
Not yet. Why? You said fuck that game, so I assume you had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. So it's basically the same type of game as Dark Souls. You just run at the enemies and you die 100 million times before you either get lucky or figure out how to beat them. And I've done two boss fights already, and they're just getting more and more. It's ridiculous. I don't understand the need to make games this hard.
So it's a Dark Soulish game.
Oh yeah, Dark Souls, right?
I never
Oh,
played
yeah.
it.
I know of it.
You got my interest, actually.
I hadn't played it either, but I didn't know what this game was going into it. So when I was playing it, I'm like, wow, this is a little challenging, but I managed to kill most of the lower enemies. I'm like, okay, this isn't that bad. And then I get to the first boss, and I'm like, oh, I've died 5 times trying to beat this guy. Well, now I know what kind of game this is. And the worst part is a lot of it is timing and knowing the right moves to counter something, but you can't figure out how to counter enemies until you die to them 6 or 7 times. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that sort of happens a little bit with the Hand of Fate. I'm on the second to last boss, and it's like, oh, this round has been really good to me. I get to the dude with 100% health and all that. I got my ass handed to me so quick on the boss fight. It's like I didn't even realize I lost my health that quick. When I saw it, it was like, oh, game over. Huh. Cool. Thanks.
No, I try and stay away from very difficult games like Dark Souls. I think if I ever got a PlayStation, I'd use it to play literally just like the occasional Uncharted game and The Last of Us, and that would be it. I can't imagine ever trying to play something like Dark Souls. I think that would just infuriate me too much. But I mean, most games like that. I mean, what's the most difficult game I've ever played? That's a good question, actually. Yeah, is there anything more annoying out there for like a boss battle, I think, than Dark Souls?
I don't know. I mean, I never played Dark Souls, so that's sort of why I don't know. But the Hand of Fate, it did make me rage quit a few times. Like, oh fuck this, and then like I went to do something else. The Witcher sort of has some difficult battles, but I don't know if it's because I wasn't used to the game mechanics or not. But I don't think I rage quit that much. It was just like, it's a lot to do and a lot to take in terms of lore and stuff, so it got a little tiring for me. It is a great game. I totally want to buy the third one once I have some cash, but I had to take breaks from it, a little bit to breathe a little.
To breathe.
Yeah.
Get yourself some space.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of hard for a game nowadays to grab my attention to the point that I'm like, oh, I want to see where this goes. I need to see this through.
Right? I think no game really takes my attention anymore. I think because I just have attention difficulties. But yeah, it's like if I play a game for more than about an hour and a half now without having to swap games, I think it's a miracle. Like the last game that I didn't swap after playing for that amount of time was Mass Effect 3, and that was 4 years ago. So, like even Halo 4 and 5, I had to like take breaks from every now and again, just purely because my brain was just like, nah, you should do something else.
Yeah, I haven't played Halo 5 yet, but I do get the point of Halo 4. Like some of the levels with the what's the name of the new aliens? Forerunners.
Yes, Forerunners.
Yeah, those guys are fucking dicks.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I'm planning on eventually going through Halo 5 solo legendary. I did Halo 4.
Halo 4 was probably out of all the Halos, Halo 4 is probably the most fun for me in terms of a legendary run. Like 3 was the best in terms of co-op, but I think 4 was just really nice in terms of I felt it was actually doable, where Halo 1, 2, and 3, and like Reach, even then on Legendary, there were moments where I was like, okay, this is really difficult. 4 was a breeze.
Yeah, but at least Halo 1, 2, and 3, it isn't required that you do them solo Legendary.
That is true.
For the achievements, there are
Halo
achievements
Reach
in
was
MCC.
freaking... Oh my god, that's the hardest Halo solo one I've done.
Really?
Yeah.
The only reason I say that is because it was the first one where they had the achievement for solo Legendary.
That was the only Halo I was able to finish on Legendary by myself.
Really?
I don't have any of the other Legendary achievements on Master Chief Collection because I just can't. Like, I take 2 steps, oh, you're dead.
Well,
How?
wait, Halo
Oh,
Reach isn't on Master Chief Collection.
I know it's not. It's back when I played it.
Also, Halo 1, 2, and 3 are a little... They're... Halo 3 solo Legendary, it doesn't seem that challenging solo Legendary, but I haven't done it yet. But in the end, most of it just comes down to, like, pacing yourself. Like, with Halo Reach, the only way I could do it was limit myself to, like, 1 level a day. And 1 level would take me, like, a couple hours to try and do.
So, I mean, pacing like that.
Yeah, but, I mean, they took a while to do. Like, if you do it on normal, it would probably take 20 minutes max. But you do it on Legendary, it takes an hour or 2. And I imagine it's the same with all of them, but I mean, I personally think Halo Reach was the hardest one I've done solo Legendary. I think Halo 5 is going to be up there, though. Halo 5 is pretty tough.
Is Halo 5 worth buying? Because, like, I'm mostly a single player kind of gamer, so I don't know if it'll be worth putting the money in it.
I mean, as someone who really liked Halo 4 when a lot of people that I knew were kind of giving it some really bad, some really bad thoughts. When I went to Halo 5, I was still quite open about it. But, it's got a good story. I wouldn't say it was like a really great Halo story, but it's got a good story to it. And I think it's worth buying. But I think if I bought it at full price compared to what it is now, I think I would easily say, yeah, get it now while the price is a bit cheaper.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. Like, it's not the best Halo game, but I'd put it at least the same level as Halo 4.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
It's not the worst game ever. And I know some people would say Halo 4 was, not good, but I'm personally not very critical of Halo games because I like Halo. And most of my complaints with Halo 5 came down to lag, and they've fixed most of the lag issues, at least for me. Like, I don't have that weird thing where everybody else in the game is still playing and I'm walking into a wall for 5 minutes.
Oh.
So and I know that's a multiplayer issue. The only other complaint I have is that, like, they removed a lot of game types that should have been in there from the beginning. Yes. But they are adding them slowly. Like, they added Griffball. They added Fiesta Slayer. And to be honest,
which is amazing.
I would recommend you get it. Maybe you should wait a little while until they add Infection, and then you should get it to play custom games, because custom games from Halo 3, I don't know if you ever played them, they were the bomb.
No, I didn't.
They're great.
Two things that I've been crazy to play, but I can right now. It's the DLC for Fallout, because this is a pass now. It's fucking expensive, and Mad Max. Like, I saw some videos of Mad Max. That game looks fun. Do you guys have played it? Like,
no,
is it good?
No. I saw Mad Max in the movie theater.
I haven't even seen the movie.
The movie was really good. But no, the game looked bad when I first saw about it. But then I had quite a few people tell me it was actually quite good. I don't know. I've always in two minds about it. It's kind of like I didn't see much point in the game when I thought it was that. It looked really terrible, and I was like, oh, no, I don't see the point in it. I'll just keep to the movie and have that as my memory.
Yeah, apparently the game is like a standalone story. It's not a game about the movie. Oh. Yeah, you should absolutely watch it, TJ. It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, I've been planning to watch it. I can watch it now. Like, it's on demand for my TV provider. So I'll get around to watching it sometime.
Sometime.
Right now, I'm working on watching House of Cards' new season.
Oh, yeah. Right now, I'm watching Daredevil. The thing about Daredevil is that I gotta watch with my sister. Like, it's how we're doing it, and like we're going through the Marvel series and watching them together. To spend some time. But it's so frustrating sometimes because, like, yesterday she was like, oh, I'm gonna go to bed. And I'm like, no, come on. Don't do this. Like, I had time for another episode, but I didn't watch it. I don't want to Bernie it up, You guys did get the reference, right?
No, I don't, unfortunately.
I think I missed it.
Yeah, there was this one time that Bernie watched, I think it was Game of Thrones without Ashley, and, like, shit got real.
Oh yeah,
really?
No,
I must have completely missed this. Yeah. I haven't been listening to much Rooster Teeth stuff lately, so, I mean, how long ago was that? When?
Around RTX Australia, I guess? Or before that? No, before that. I don't recall, I'm sorry.
That's alright. No, I didn't know. I was like, oh okay. Fuck, I lost the fight.
So, do we want to move on to some questions?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Questions.
My throat's a little busted, so no questions thing. So, actually, a little throwback to our old theme song. Questions. Okay, that hurt my throat, but worth it. Okay, so this one was sent by Sunday8P, and he asked, "Where's my soulmate?" I have no fucking idea.
Wait, can you repeat the question?
Sunny's question is, "Where is my soulmate?"
I don't think I'm qualified to answer this question. Luis, you're the psychologist.
Like I said in a previous podcast, I'm a psychologist, not a miracle maker. I don't know.
Ooh, shots fired.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying I can't just have all the answers in my head out of nowhere. Yeah, I have no idea, Sonny. I don't even know where mine is.
I don't think anyone knows where this is.
Unless Sonny wrote this wrong and he means where's my soul, mate? In which case you should probably look inside yourself or something like that. Maybe you left it somewhere? You forgot to pick it up from school? I don't know.
Pick it up from school? How old's a soulmate?
Wait, he's picking up his soulmate from school?
No! You guys got it wrong.
Because that would make him a pedophile, and that's wrong.
No. You are twisting my words. I said, unless Sonny wrote it wrong, and he actually meant, where's my soul, mate?
No, we all know what you're implying.
No, I'm not implying that. Come on, that is a serious accusation. But anyway, yeah, you should check, maybe your pockets, maybe your soul is there.
Last place you looked, maybe it's in the wardrobe, no?
Hey, once I left my house keys in the freezer, so maybe you left your soul there. I don't know.
I think that was thoroughly well answered.
Fucking TJ, now, oh, come on, man. Why did you do that?
I don't know.
That's an awful thing to say. I'll fight you, TJ.
Next question.
No, I'll fight you. Hold on, I'm going to Florida.
No me gusta.
That was funny.
Oh, side, please load the fucking page. Alright, so, we have some news. I think now we just have Sunny questions.
Just Sunny why? What?
Yeah, because there's a bunch of questions by Sunny, and not a lot of questions by other people. Actually, no questions by other people now. New questions, I mean. I'm looking. Tyler can edit this part out if you want to, or not, or put a tumbleweed sound. Do 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 do. All right. So this one was sent by Sunny8P, and he asked, "What would you do if you were a ghost?"
Oh. What would I do if I was a ghost? That's a good question. What would I do if I was a ghost? Am I Casper? Am I friendly? Or am I bad ghost?
Hey, you choose. You're the ghost.
Damn. Let's have a think about this. I like the idea that if I was a ghost, then I could kind of, because spirits are, as far as I'm aware, spirits are bound to certain places, right? Like people like poltergeist normally haunt certain locations, right? So I'm
Can't they be bound to people?
Yeah, what I'm assuming is the fact that if I'm a ghost, what would I do? It depends, obviously, what I was. I think they discussed this on an animated. I think this is an animated adventure at one point. It's like, imagine if you died somewhere and you came back as a ghost and you were where you were, like you were forever at the point wherever you died. I like the idea that if I was a ghost, and I was tied to a certain spot, then you could literally just do anything and nobody would obviously see you and care at that point. So it's just like, yay, I can say whatever I want and you can't judge me for it. It's like, ha 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 ha, you sucker. It's like, you can say whatever you like and no one would get up in arms about it. It's like, yay. And it's like, if someone walks by you, if like you die in the middle of the street, you just like hit people in the face and they'd be like, ow. And you'd be like, ha.
So I'm gonna use the it's not, oh yeah, the loophole for this and say that if I were to become a ghost, I would probably die on Earth, so I can go anywhere on Earth. Yay! Because otherwise I really don't have an answer for that. Because I would probably just like go around the world, and seeing places. It's like free travel. Sure, you're dead and you can't like taste food or anything, but free travel.
See, that's a really good. That's what I wanted to say, but I was like, well, aren't you just bound to one spot? No, if you could do anything you like, then yeah, I'd just go traveling the world. Yeah, no, I'd absolutely do that.
It's like sometimes you wonder with those ghost stories, like, why do you haunt somewhere, someone? Just, go do something fun, for fuck's sakes.
It's so true, though. It's so true.
Okay, I mean, I'm going to go the opposite. I would really just want to fuck with people.
TJ, This is not a porn parody. This is a serious question.
I know, I would want... No, shut up. I would want to mess with people's heads so much. And then I would want to make them think... Like, I would want to just, like, troll them. Like, draw dick butts in mirrors and stuff. Like, I would just want to make them so confused. Like, I wouldn't want them to be scared. I'd want them to be confused.
Yeah, I'm sure they would not be scared that they found a dick butt in their car out of nowhere. Relax, bro. It's just a prank.
But come on. Basically, what I would do with my power, with being a ghost, would be the same thing that I would do with being, like, invisibility powers. Just messing with people.
Being a chicken little cunt.
Just being a dick.
Oh, you what, mate?
So, yeah, I would just want to see those hilarious scenarios play out. I wouldn't be an angry ghost. I'd be just a jerk.
So, Stuart would slap people on the streets, I would travel the world, and TJ would start a prank channel.
I would only slap people if I was tied to a certain spot, and then otherwise, I'd have to do something just to stop myself going absolutely insane. If I wasn't held down to a certain spot, then yeah, I'd travel the world. But yeah,
I mean, if I weren't tied down to a certain spot, even better. Like, everybody would just see ghosts all over the country. Like, they would see, like, ghost things happen all over the country. And in reality, it would just be me. And nobody would believe you. Because, like, people are, like, they're scared to believe in, like, a ghost that's, like, it's like, oh, they're threatening me. But then, like, somebody sees a ghost, it's like, I found this symbol drawn in my mirror, and it's just dick butt. Like, nobody's going to believe that. They're going to think you're playing a prank. Nobody's going to believe you, and you'll just be even more confused and frustrated. Not scared. That's my ghost.
Hey, TJ. I have
What?
a name for your channel. It's XXX Ghostly Prank 69 XXX. Go for that.
Totes, my goats. Except I can't make the channel because I'll be a ghost.
Just possess a computer. You can even try to make the upload faster.
I mean, I don't know. I'll try. I'll let you guys know how it works when I die.
we'll just come on to record the podcast one day, and there'll just be a message in the chat. It's like, it's going well. It's like, ah.
Actually, I saw like a kind of funny picture. It was why ghosts don't actually scare people to death in reality, and it's because it leads to really awkward situations when they come out of their body and they're also a ghost, and they're just flipping you off.
Yeah.
Because think about it, it's like, congratulations, now we're both ghosts. You've succeeded.
Well, at least maybe that's a way of getting ghost friends.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
Alright, next one. Okay, this one is also by Sunny8p. That is actually surprising. His question is, when will there be an all-female episode of the podcast? Well, I have no idea.
Who asked the question?
Sunny.
Sunny.
I actually don't know, like, I wouldn't oppose to that. That would be pretty good. But it would have to be, like, a day that Vic could host, because the way it works is that there always have to be an admin. And Vic's an admin, so when she would be able to do it, then we could try to find all-female guests and do it.
Or, alternatively, we could just have Vic talking to a microphone for an hour, and then it would be an all-female podcast.
Yeah. Or we could do like the voices we use for the Bigata HK thing.
Oh god, no.
TJ, you dumb bitch!
God damn
Don't
it.
love those videos.
That actually gave me an idea.
You
Don't
want to
tell
do
me
an
you'll
entire
Bigata
podcast
HK
as
all
those
over again. You'll
characters?
do all the voices.
I'm sorry, to talk at the same time.
So, TJ, what did you say?
Was your idea that you want to do an entire podcast as those characters?
I don't know. Is it?
Is it? Well, just to point out, my main character in that is Kosida, and my Kosida voice is my regular voice. So, I'm kind of doing it right now.
Oh my god, TJ never got out of his role! No! TJ, don't go crazy.
It's a little late for that.
Or I do. I won't tell you how to live your life. So,
No.
TJ, actually TJ started to give his answer. Stuart, how do you suggest we have an all-female podcast?
That'd be awesome. Absolutely, yeah. I don't know how you go about doing it, but yeah, yeah, that. Do it.
Absolutely.
It would be called the Absolutely episode.
God damn it.
Speaking of all-female podcast, I didn't watch the new Ghostbusters trailer. Why are people flipping their shit again?
I don't either. I don't.
I haven't seen it.
I think it's to do with the way they introduce it. Jack, I think, brought up on a podcast once. I think it was to do with basically, I think the original Ghostbusters was 3 scientists and an everyman or an everyday man or something like that. And I think in the new Ghostbusters trailer, and you don't quote me on this, I think I'm getting this wrong, but I think it was something along the lines of it's 3 scientists or it was 4 scientists or something like that. It's basically, it wasn't like the original Ghostbusters, which is how I thought they were, which I think is how a lot of people thought they were portraying it, which was like a spin-off of that. Or like, there's like, but apparently, yeah, people are flipping their shit because of the way I think they introduced the film. So I think it's not living up to expectations. So, something along that line.
Yeah, go figure. A movie that was a huge success years ago is not living up to expectations in the hype train. Shit, tell me how that feels. I'm actually surprised. Like, I mean, I enjoyed Star Wars a lot. I fucking love that movie. But I'm actually surprised there weren't so many complaints, you know, people being like, I expected more. I did hear some things like that, but still, it's like, there was a majorly good response to the movie, despite all the hype. So I guess maybe, you know, sometimes you just get lucky, you know, it just happens. And of course, with the result of a lot of good work involved. Same thing for Fallout, I guess. Granted, there are bugs and complaints, but still, it wasn't a shitty game. It's actually a great game, in my opinion. But alright, I guess that does it for this week. Stuart, thank you so much for being with us.
Hey, thank you very much for having me for the actual 30 minutes I was able to actually attend the podcast.
Hey, at least it's 30 minutes, not 5. Besides,
yeah,
30 minutes with Stuart is worth 100,000 minutes in our hearts.
Oh,
Oh, okay, hold on. I have to puke. Anyway, everyone, thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to listen to the outro to find out how to interact with us. And until next week, don't haunt places, I guess. Go travel.
Yeah. Or do. It can be fun.
Whatever. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Shifty Key Podcast. The intro and outro music is provided to us by our editor, TDBTyler. To get more involved with the Shifty Key Podcast, you can answer the questions for the audience asked by our guests, or even ask the cast a question of your very own, either here in the YouTube comments or in our Rooster Teeth group. To keep updated with this channel's shenanigans, you can follow us on Twitter, join and watch our group on Rooster Teeth, or simply subscribe. All links will be in the description. Until next week, goodbye.
Oh yeah, I introduced fake Tyler, so bye guys.
Bye. And then fake Quirky. Bye guys, I'm still Page Man, and I'm from Australia, and I'm too tired to be on this episode of the podcast, so I can't yell at TJ for making fun of my Australian accent and saying that we all sound the same.
Mate.
Bye, mate. You what, mate?
You see, the
I'll
thing
bash
is
your
that
fucking head and I will.
I can actually make a half decent British accent, but every time I try to make an impression of Tyler, I make like the worst impression ever because it has nothing to do with him. It's like I sound like I have a hot egg inside my mouth, like oh.
I'm Tyler, aren't I?
It doesn't sound like that.
You don't know the power of the dark side of the Force. Yeah.
God. Just like everyone doing impressions of everybody. It sounds so weird. People doing impressions of Brits. Oi, mate.
Oi, what you doing over there then? Yes,
Oi,
sir.
mate. Oi, mate. I thought you were going up your apples and pears. You know. Oi.
Chip, cherry and all that.
Governor.
Would you like some tea and crumpets?
What the fuck is a
now
crumpet?
that we're done defending
It's a delicious, delicious edible thing.
Alright. Another thing to put on the list.
But no, it's like a proper Brit. It's like, Charles, look at me. I'm a stamp. And it's like she just like the Queen at night just pulls the bed covers up to her chin when she says that. She's like, look at me.
Yeah, my favorite fake British accents are the whole Potter Puppet Pals.
Oh God.
I found the source of the ticking. It's a pipe bomb. Yay.
Oh
And
god.
on that note, I think we should... Oh, by the way, Stuart, on behalf of all people in the United Kingdom, on a scale of 1 to 10, how offensive have I been today?
I mean, I totally want to go over there and run you over with my car. But then again, I don't have a car, so I can't do that. So
a car out of 10?
A car out of 10.
All right, good to know.
Yeah.
Well, I
again,
guess.
I laugh at most things like that, so to be honest, I don't mind it.
And on that note, bye everyone.
Wow.
Bye.